This is my secret sauce. This is how I've actually enjoyed the years from 2 to 5 with my little kids. Have them listen, less meltdowns, less yelling, more enjoying our days. The trick that I have learned with my 3 kids under 5 and that I teach all of my clients is more freedom and stricter boundaries. So let me explain exactly what that means. So when my first was about 2.5, and she started doing all of those toddler-y things, right? Like running, throwing stuff on the floor, not listening, like touching things she should. I was really frustrated because I felt like I was giving her boundaries, but she wasn't listening. And I was trying to give her a lot of freedom, like Montessori style, to do stuff in our house, but it was just ending up with me overwhelmed and angry and yelling and snapping all the time, and it wasn't fun. Now that I have some experience as a mom, right, like with 3 kids and her having grown up, I realized it's because I was really wishy-washy with a lot of my energy and my parenting, and I had way too many rules, but I wasn't actually holding any of my boundaries. So that's when I figured out through a lot of trial and error that I needed to give her more freedom, but stricter boundaries about certain things, and be a lot more committed to when I gave her an instruction or when I told her something that was serious. So for example, if we were watercolor painting and instead of using the paintbrush, she wanted to do it with her fingers and she started dipping her fingers in and painting, like that's something that before I would have tried to stop her, but I wanted to give her more freedom. So if she wants to paint with her fingers, that's fine. We can wash the paint off. However, if she throws the paint on the ground, that is a hard boundary. That is not okay. So I would give her one warning. We keep the paint on the table. If she did it a second time, I would calmly pick everything up and say, seems like you're having a hard time. We're going to put this away for a day and we'll try again tomorrow. And I was very strict on my boundaries, right? So I gave her a lot more freedom with stricter boundaries. Does that make sense? Magic when you're in the toddler years, because it gives your toddlers a lot of freedom and autonomy to experiment and try different things and practice and like follow their curiosities, which is what their toddler brain wants to do. But it also tells them and teaches them that when you give them a boundary, it is serious and it is something that they need to listen to. And it is not just like something that you're saying that you're not going to hold up your end. Those 2 things together have made me love the toddler years of motherhood. Follow along if you want more.